Our next guest, he wants you to know that you are a miracle worker. And he has hosted his radio show for over 25 years on the number one talk station in Las Vegas. He's a motivational speaker, a best-selling author. He's an attorney for 48 years. Please
Yeah.
welcome Robert Sidell.
Good
Welcome,
morning,
Robert.
Ms. Robert Sidell. It's a pleasure to be with you here today.
Good morning. It is all you. You ready? Of course you are.
I am. Thank you, Michelle.
Have a good one. We'll see you in a bit.
You are on the air. You are good to go, Robert.
Okay. Do you want me to just, are you there, Ken?
I am. You can go ahead and share about your book. Share how you bring smiles to the world with your book.
All right. This is Robert Sidell, and it's a pleasure to be here with you guys today. I guess you're having a fun time, the Smile-A-Thon. I like that. That's a neat idea. It fits very much with my philosophy on these things, which is that, all of us, what the one thing we can do. I have a card myself, if for the people that could see this right here. I don't know if you can read that or not from your angle. So expect a miracle. Actually, I guess I could put it closer to the camera. Says expect a miracle. And I just like Ken likes to give out, you like to give out saying smile, right? And what does yours say, Ken?
Keep smiling.
Keep smiling. So in any event, I have the same philosophy he does, which is that the opportunity is to keep reaching out, to keep opening our hearts to love and trying to make the world a better place. And I have a book that's been published nationally. Oops, I got to get that kind of level. It's called The Gateway, and it's available on Amazon. It has the ability to. People tell me over and over again. Actually, let me show you a little bit better copy here. You can probably see it a little bit better. And it has the ability to help each one of us find our own dreams and truths and be able to move towards them. Because you know what? That's what we all need to do in this life. We all need to figure out ways to uh, feel happier, more fulfilled, and move ourselves in the right direction. It's a daily opportunity for each one of us. And today, the topic I wanted to share just very simply is that if you happen to be listening to this, wherever and whenever, I want to remind you of one simple fact. You are a miracle worker. And what does that mean exactly? Well, I've made my whole life an exploration of that possibility. And I studied all the great teachings, and most especially the Bible and Christ's life. And the one thing that seems to come very clearly through his message is that we all are endowed with great ability to miraculously change the world around us. He said that over and over again. And so, what I'd like to say to each of you today that happen to be listening is that wherever you are, whatever's happening in your life, whatever you are encountering, you are endowed with an infinite connection of miracle working power and grace and wholeness, which can permit you to find opportunities you would never think are possible. And that's the thing I think which is so critical to grasp. You can find things that you would never imagine are possible. And I and there's so how can you do this? How can you start to make it real? How can you start to because without that, life can seem like a hopeless experience. And so let me just give you a couple little simple ideas because I don't know how much time we have. We have a very short time, I should say. I do know that. And so let me just say a couple different things. What are the miracles of life? Well, love, I think, is the biggest miracle by itself. And that there's such a thing as love. If we were just machines, there would be no such thing as love, but we're not. And we really can love. And anyone who has children or has been in a relationship with somebody knows what love is. And my dad used to say, and he lived to 99 and a half, that love is the most powerful force in the world and the least understood. So, for each one of you, I want to uh, I want to encourage you to open yourself to the idea of how can you share more love. You want a miraculous life? You want a prosperous life? You want a successful life? Figure out a way to share more love with the people in your world. You will find yourself getting more and more successful. The second idea I want you to think about is, are you being positive? What are you saying with your words? Are you blessing yourself? Are you blessing the people around you, or are you cursing yourself and cursing the people around you? Which I know sounds like a strange thing to say, but without realizing it, we may well be uh, putting negative consciousness into our own hearts, and that negative consciousness can begin to create a negative effect on our world. And so, uh, for each one of you, I want you just to think in the morning, how can I wake up in the morning and say, what amazing miracle is going to happen to me today? What amazing miracles are going to happen to the people I love today? What amazing miracles are going to happen in this world today? And just start planting your mind with miraculous possibilities. What amazing new ideas of how I can live my life, do my business, meet new people, be healthier, be happier. What amazing new ideas can come to me today, this one day of life. What wonderful people might I meet today that might become friends of a lifetime? And I've been opening myself to that possibility for a long time. And I now, in the last few years, have met some wonderful new friends, in addition to friends I've had literally since I've been in elementary school. But I have friends that I've also met in the last few years that have become lifetime friends too. So part of it's so important to create that kind of an inner affirmation in your soul. What wonderful people, what miraculous possibilities am I going to have today in this world? And so that's just see, and knowing that if you begin to absorb the idea that you are a miracle worker, that you are in a miraculous kingdom, and that doesn't always seem that way, and especially read something in the news, it might pull you down a little bit, but come back, be a light. I have a friend that every time I finish the phone call with her, I've known her for like 40 years, she says the same thing: be the light, be the light, be the light. So wherever you are, be the light in what can sometimes be a dark world. And then your light will light people up, and you will have more success, more happiness, more fulfillment. So, okay, I think I'm seeing you there. Hold on, let's see. How you doing today? Oops. Oh, that was somebody else. I just popped onto my screen. I don't know
That
how
was
that
an
happened.
accident.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, I don't know how this is exactly working. Michelle, is Ken going to be on this at all, or is it just me right now?
No, it was all you. I just introduced you, and then you talk about how we are all miracle workers, like you're doing right now. And then I give you a 2-minute warning. And then if you want to have anyone ask questions, you can do it then, unless you
Okay.
want to stay
It's
on.
all good. It's all good. It's all good. That's great. So, in any event, uh, for each of you that enduring, I thought to myself, what if you had one message in life that could change people's lives? What I'd like to suggest to each one of you is that, again, come back to the simple idea. You are a miracle worker in a miraculous kingdom, but the problem most of us have, all of us, if without realizing it, we could get into routine thinking. Oh, it's just another day, and yet each day is so precious, isn't it? Because we don't know how many days we have on this world. I had two brothers pass away at much younger ages than I am now. One was 24 years younger than I am now, and and if that taught me anything, it's like every day is a gift. And even if you're facing some frustrations or challenges, if you just can remember, today is a gift. Let me be open to the infinite miracle working power. And I like to say, of God, um, the final thought I really want to say is that the we need to be whatever dreams you want to have happen. If you really want to have happiness, in my worldview, surrender them to God. Whatever your conception of God is, I happen to accept Christ, but whatever yours is, open yourself to God's blessings and direction. And um, because what you don't want is things that aren't in your best interest. So the goal is for each of us as we grow spiritually, when you begin to really embrace your miracle working potential, which is what my book's about. I'll show it to you one more time, and it's on Amazon. So it's I can't even tell you how many people told me that it's called The Gateway by Robert Sidell. I can't begin to tell you how many people have told me that book has changed their life. Why? Because it changes their consciousness, opens them, puts them into a flow of infinite divine awareness. So for each that happens to be listening to me right now, um, I've actually been doing a radio show now for over 25 years. I was thinking about it yesterday. And so I like to share a message of simple inspiration, affirmation, and empowerment so that you could wake up and say, wow, I'm in this extraordinary experience called a human life, and I'm a spiritual being having a human experience, and what possibilities are available to me today. The problem for all of us is that we get into just kind of repetitive thinking, and we give up. We don't think anymore sometimes about where we can go and what might happen in life, and our mind gets kind of we get into one of the people I liked used to listen to. I don't know, a lot of you probably haven't even heard of him. His name is Zig Ziglar, but he used to call it stinking thinking. You want to avoid stinking thinking. So, and we can all fall into it. But when you see yourself into stinking thinking, you're starting to think, what's it all worth? Where am I going? Step back and say, okay, I don't have to do that. Life is a miracle. I'm going to bless myself through God's grace. God is blessing me. I'm going to bless myself through positive affirmations and words and love towards myself. And I'm going to bless every person I meet through positive affirmations and words in their lives as well. And so those things are those ideas. If you and I could start incorporating those every day in our life, I guarantee your life will begin to change dramatically. If you feed yourself enough positive, inspirational consciousness on a daily basis, that is food for your spirit, and you will begin to produce miraculous new possibilities in your life. Um, and the key is, are you willing to really become focused on that, like a laser, focused like a laser on the infinite possibilities of life? It's said in the spiritual traditions, we should become one-pointed, focused in our awakening to our potential. So are you going to be opened to the miracle working divine potential and purpose of your life? That's the question. And if you're listening to this, I'm going to tell you, you are going to be open to it, and you are open to it. So I'm going to encourage you to just become excited about who you are. So there's an exercise in my book, The Gateway, where it says, look in the mirror and repeat positive things towards yourself. And when you're looking in the mirror, say something along the lines, I am a wonderful, charismatic, inspired, and loving person. And everywhere I go, I lift people up. If you make that your daily affirmation, do you know that you're going to attain a miraculous good in your life? And you're going to have so much love and goodness coming to you that you're going to be amazed what happens in your world. Is that Ken now, do I see?
Yeah, this is me. And I just want to say thank you for being here. You're, of course, going to be on the Dr. Smiley show for like an hour and a half. This was the Smile-A-Thon, and every single person got 15 minutes to share how they bring smiles to the world, their book, their philosophy. And Alok, if you, yeah, just go on a video off for a second, you're going to be the next person. So guess what, Robert? You finished our 23rd hour. We're about to approach the 24th and final hour of the Smile-A-Thon. And it's been all the feedback we're getting is that we need to do another one on October 3rd, which is the International Smile-A-Thon, representing as many countries around the world, because a smile is a universal expression. I can tell you every time I travel, I'm sure you too, you smile at somebody from another country, they know exactly what that means. So we're
You
excited
know
to
what? And I
publish
do.
your, go ahead, Robert.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just
Apologize.
going to say we're excited about your book. I've been the day I met you in Vegas, I saw your book. I've read your book. It's an amazing book. I would be honored to publish it, republish it, and market it, and let the world know how brilliant this piece is.
Well,
And I
listen, it's
something,
a great.
Robert, what's your talk
Yes.
show name? You never said it.
Okay. The talk show name is The Gateway Show also.
Oh, good.
Gateway Show. And if anybody wants to find it, you can go to YouTube and type in the word Gateway and Sidell. Gateway and Sidell. And it will pull up my YouTube and you can see copies of it, including the interview I did with Ken on the show. So my radio show that's on every single week is also on YouTube now. And it's The Gateway Show, just like a gateway, just like my book. And it's on YouTube, but there are other things that say gateway. So you have to type in the word Sidell also, and it'll pull it right up. Or just type in RB Sidell at gate at YouTube, or just type in RB Sidell. But otherwise, just type in Gateway and Sidell, Sidell, and you will get to my other recordings, kind of like what I did, only a more expanded version of them. So I want you to know, every one of you out there, just remember something very, very simple. I don't know, how much more time do I have left?
We are actually moving to the final hour with 4 speakers, so we are good.
Okay, so I'm pretty much finished. Okay, one final thought then. Remember, Ken, you remember, me, I remember, every person listening this ever hears this. You are a miracle worker in a divine universe. Open yourself to miraculous possibilities every day of life. And God bless each and every one of you now and forever.
God bless you. See, have a good